Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo, and getting an early video out for you guys today. It's about 7:30 Eastern, where I'm at on the East Coast. And yeah, I've been having a blast with college basketball. We're learning new to the college basketball. I've been applying what we do with the NBA over with college ball during the All-Star break. And I've been having so much fun. I just want this to be a regular part of what we're doing. Fell short just slightly yesterday. 2 assists would have given us the sweep. We took Cooper Flagg over 38.5 fantasy score. He ended up getting us 40. A little bit of a slow start for him, and then really turned things on in the third quarter, and then was just kind of making us sweat for a little bit, but ended up cashing it at 40. And then Tyson Degenart took him over 24.5 fantasy score. He ended up going for 30.9. Jashawn, I think that's how you say it, Corbett, took him over 7.5 points. He came out hot, cashed a 3-pointer in like the first minute to 2 minutes, and then ended up going for 11 total points. Malachi Smith, this was a bummer because I was actually pretty excited about this play. I felt a little bit more confident than this play than even the Corbett play, but he started really slow. He had like 1 assist in the first half, and then ended up just ending with 3. So unfortunate outing, but we went 3 of 4. So I've got 4 more plays for you for today, and I'm gonna try to be sort of quick about it. I'm actually getting ready to head out to church here in a minute. I drum at my church, and they have a pretty sweet like blues jazzy type vibe for the music today. So I'm excited to get over there and start rehearsing, but wanted to get out a few plays. So let's talk about the plays that I'm liking. The board is still populating, so we're starting early. So it took me a little while to figure out my 4 favorite plays that are available at the moment. But I'm going to be going with Ace Bailey over 25.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Jackson Shelstad over, I think that's how you say it, over 20.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Stephen Ashworth over 26.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And I'm just going to go Micah Parish points over 12.5 because this is a full point cheaper on Prizepicks. It's 13.5 just about everywhere else. I liked his PRA, to be honest with you, at 19.5. But I couldn't justify a 7-point swing between the points and the PRA. If the points are at 13.5 and the PRA is at 19.5, if that was the case, maybe by the time you're watching this gets bumped up to 13.5. I think I might prefer the PRA. That's what I was kind of leaning towards. And I realized, like, my gosh, I got to take advantage of that full point discount. So let's start talking about the plays. If you guys don't mind, do me a favor, like the video, drop me a comment. You guys have been super nice. A lot of really encouraging comments, and I appreciate it. And all of that helps me with the algorithm, just puts me in front of a larger audience, and I really appreciate it. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. So Ace Bailey is who I've got pulled up first. This PRA, I like him to be able to get this done. He's got a middle of the road matchup with points, rebounds, and assists. So nothing too scary as far as defense goes in any of those 3 categories. If we take a look at this note from Outlier, he's exceeded 25.5 points, rebounds, and assists in 4 of his last 5 games on the road. So on the road, other than this last outing, which was a really tough matchup where he only went for 11. Very uncharacteristic of what he's been doing on the road because he's been absolutely slaying this line. He's averaging 35.4 PRA on the road right now, even with that terrible game with just 11 PRA. So 80% hit rate. In these last 5 road games, he's averaging 32.6 minutes, just 3 fouls. Some of these he got up a little bit higher, but 3 fouls doesn't really necessarily scare us as far as minutes go. 62% from the field on 16.8 attempts, so been putting up a lot of shots. That's the other thing. Averaging 16.8 attempts over this 5-game stretch, but in this last game, he had 4 attempts. So that's a big part of why his numbers were down so much, because he still went for 4 rebounds and 3 assists. So it was really just the shot attempts that weren't really going up. But that was a tough matchup. Shooting 59% from beyond the arc, 3.4 made threes on average a game over this 5-game stretch. and then 65% from the free throw line. Not really getting there that often, just 4 attempts, but 2.6 made free throws. That'll help us get to this 26 that we need. If we look at the last 10, excuse me. If we look at the last 10, it's not bad either. It's over the 50% mark. I'd like this to be maybe 7 out of 10, but 6 out of 10 will still take it. It's more than half the time over this 10-game stretch. And then let's take. Do we have a note here? No, we don't have like a note as far as injuries go. But I will say, let's take a look. So at the road games of his last 10, yeah, he's been kind of in this swing here. So 4 out of his last 7, 57% hit rate over the last 10 games. And then on the 2024 season, yeah, that is the 2024 season. So yeah, 4 out of his last 7 games. So yeah, with a somewhat limited board, I like him to be able to get this done. If we look at the last 5 games, so on top of him going 4 out of his last 5, the minutes have been not bad lately. So 31.6 minutes a game over the last 5. We already know the last 5 home games look a little bit better. 12.4 attempts, shooting 48% from the field still, 32% from beyond the arc. So hasn't been as hot as this home game look that the away games. That's my bad. It's early. I need some more coffee. So yeah, the 3-point percentage has been much better in away games over these last 5 games. 59% is what we were talking about. And then if we go to just the last 5 games, yeah, that's been down at 32%. But he hasn't been shooting as often either. You can see he had this game back on January 29th where he was super hot, 63% from beyond the arc, 8 attempts, cashed 5 of them. Then he goes 0 of 7 in the following game. This looks like a confidence thing, 0 of 7, and then takes no 3-pointers in the following game, and then takes 1. He's kind of inching his way back up here. Then his most recent outing against Iowa, he took 3 shots from beyond the arc and then cashed 1 of them. But he does have a nice middle of the road matchup to get this done. So I'm feeling good about it. Let's take a look and see what Daily Grind thinks. Space there. Should pull up with just ace. Okay, so yeah, all right. They feel really good about it. They love his rebounds and assists over 7.5. They have it at a 53.62% odds, hit the over -145. And then they absolutely love his PRA over 25.5. I got to be honest with you, I wasn't expecting this much juice. I just liked the play, but we are getting it at 25.5, and it's literally 26.5 on 2/3 of the platforms that are even offering it. So they already have a full point bump. So the optimizer loves that we're getting this at 25.5, 53.51% odds at the over, -144 on Daily Grind. That's solid. You don't usually see that kind of juice on a play unless it's about to get bumped. So hopefully it doesn't get bumped by the time you're watching this. So great. That feels great. So let's move on to this Jackson Shelstad. I hope I'm saying that right. Learning these college players' names. So 7 out of his last 10, he's cleared this PRA. And these last 5 games have looked great. Now, let's see. Okay, I wanted to see if there was like an injury that was affecting this bump that he's had. But yeah, 4 out of his last 5 games, averaging 34 minutes, so solid minutes, 11.6 attempts, shooting 47% from the field, and then 43% from beyond the arc, averaging 2.6 made threes a game. And then pretty active in the paint, getting the, I think so. He's getting to the line, just 3.6 attempts, but these last 2 games, he had 6 attempts from the line, shooting 83% from the free throw line. We have a note here from Outlier. Okay, so he's also exceeded the 20.5 points, rebounds, and assists in 4 out of his last 5 games at home. So what did we say? Yeah, so 4 straight games. And then also 4 out of his last 5 at home. He's been popping off as well. With these last home games, still 36 minutes, so solid minutes, shooting 50% from the field, 55% from beyond the arc, and then similar 3.6 free throw attempts, shooting 94% at home. Just one foul on average in these last 5 home games, so don't have to worry about getting in foul trouble. Let me just double check and make sure. Okay, cool. I'm just making sure because I had kind of been bouncing around. And on top of all of that, he's got a beautiful matchup, just super soft on every category, points, rebounds, and assists. So I feel really good about this play. Let's see if Daily Grind likes this one as much as they liked Ace. They do like it. So they like the points rebounds over 17.5. They have that at a 50.52% odds hit the over, -126. And then the full PRA, they like that to go over as well, 50.35%. So just slightly favored to the over, -127. They also like his points assists just slightly. So they like everything except for his points alone. Excuse me. So the points alone, they think are a little bit expensive at 14.5, but they like the rebounds attached, they like the full PRA, and they like the points assists. So you guys can go with your gut on what you like best there. All right, so Micah Parish. Again, I was looking at this full PRA. I'll show you guys why if this ends up getting bumped by the time you see it. So 6 out of his last 10 coming off of 2 absolute heaters, going for 31 PRA and 35. But he's shown, in that last game, he had 10 rebounds and assists. So I'm just like, man, I know it's a little bit tough matchup. So he's middle of the road matchup here. The soft spot for his matchup is the points. So it's even better that we're getting this full point discount on Prizepicks. But yeah, a little bit tougher on rebounds and assists. But I don't know. I liked that attached at just a 6-point bump when he's been having, multiple games where he's popped off for 7 RA. But we're going to just go points. Which it looks great. I mean, last 2 games, 21 points, 30 points. And then if we take a look at this note here, been getting it done at home. So he's exceeded 12.5 points in 6 of his last 17 games at home, and 86% hit rate. So yeah, maybe this is showing the 12.5 now. So maybe, maybe this was just at 13 for a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I'll take it. Absolutely. So yeah, he's 6 out of his last 7 games at home, averaging 15.6 points, 86% hit rate, looking solid. And in this one game where he missed against Oregon, one more bucket would have gotten it done for us. You have a perfect streak here. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, so in these home games, averaging 33 minutes, 2.1 fouls, keeping it clean. 50% from the field on 10.7 attempts, and then 39% from beyond the arc, 4.9 attempts, averaging 1.9 made threes a game, and then shooting 86% from the foul line, free throw line, 3.6 attempts. Not getting there too often, but yeah, we love that the soft spot is there. And then let me take a look here. I know one of these I was like the injury. Yeah. Okay. So again, you guys know that I'm like adjusting to college from NBA, and I'm just using my same process. But one thing that stuck out to me is this guy, Mechie. I don't know. I'm assuming Mechie. It looks like, if I just read it the way it's spelled, he's out for personal reasons. And if you look at the 2024 season, he's cleared this points line 46% of the time, 11 out of 24 games. But then without this dude, Mechie Johnson Jr., it looks like things have cleaned up a little bit. So 57%, 8 out of his last 14 games. And then if we look at the last 10, 6 out of his last 10, and then actually 6 out of his last 8. So seems like that has maybe affected the minutes. And for whatever reason, he's starting to get hot with the scoring. I mean, he had 21 attempts against Nebraska and then 13 attempts against Washington, and shot 52%, 54%. Let's look at the threes. Yeah, he had 12 threes against Nebraska and sank 5 of them, and then 6 against Washington and ended up cashing 3 of those. So feeling solid about it. Relatively consistent from the line, 82% from the free throw line. So this one's not one that we really need to overthink too much. This is just a nice low points line. I like the 12.5. Let's see what Daily Grind thinks about this. I gotta get rolling to church. Okay, so the 1.5 threes they really like a lot. So 50. I mean, it's not super juiced, but as far as the other options go, 51.52% odds hit the over, -130. And then they're kind of like just barely favoring the over for the points at 12.5, 50.37% odds hit the over -124. They like the points rebounds. So that's, I was wanting the points rebounds of the PRA attached initially, but 12.5 just seems totally doable. But I don't hate this points rebounds because it's only a 5-point bump. They have this at a 51.34% odds hit the over -130. It's only a 5-point bump, and he seems super capable of grabbing some boards too. It is a tougher matchup with boards. Yeah, if you look at these last 3 games, he had one game where he went for 4 rebounds, but other than that, it was 6 and 7. So a 5-point bump when he's been kind of getting after it lately. I don't hate it at all, but they are 40th in rebounds allowed, so they're really tough as far as rebounds allowed. So I'm totally comfortable just sticking with the points at 12.5. I already got it locked in. So all right, let's wrap it up here with Stephen Ashworth. This PRA, I know it's kind of high, 26.5, but he's been solid. 71% hit rate right out of the gates if we are just looking at the 2024 season. So, I mean, that automatically, we're looking for that 70% mark typically. And then check this out. He's exceeded 26.5 points, rebounds, and assists in 15 of his last 17 games. So, yeah, you could see that on the 2024 season. It started to get hot like about 2/3 into the season. And so 15 of his last 17, he's cashed this. Let's take a look a little bit closer. So 88% hit rate. And he's averaging 28.9. So it's not like a huge value from the line we're getting at 26.5, but he is averaging 28.9 over a 17 game stretch. And then this last outing, when he didn't get it done, one more bucket would have cashed this for us as well. He went for 13 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. It is a tough matchup, 29th in points allowed, 116th in rebounds, 120th. So the rebounds and assists are above average, but not anything absolutely scary. But the points matchup is tough. But let's take a look at the head-to-head. Yeah, you can kind of see that reflected here. So last year, he didn't get it done either times he matched up against them. Minutes were a little bit different, just slightly. Let's see. Yeah, and the shot attempts were very different too. So he only had 9 shot attempts in both of those games where he didn't get it done. But then last time he matched up against them, he took 18 shots. So we love that he doubled his attempts, but he ended up cashing 18 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and he just got that 27. But the reason I'm a little optimistic is it seems like he's a little bit more in rhythm right now. So this was back on December 31st. So we're looking at like a couple months ago at this point. And he shot 33% that day. He went 6 of 18. That's not a good outing. So I don't expect him to necessarily struggle the same way he did last time. And now, what did we say? 15 of his last 17 games, he's cleared this. So yeah, I feel good about it. Let's see. And then we'll zoom in real quick just to his last 5. Yeah, almost 37 minutes a game, 10.8 attempts from the field, 41%, 4.4 made buckets. And then, yeah, it seems like a lot of his work is being done, at least in this last game. He went to the foul line. He had 12 attempts. So 96, he's shooting 96% from the free throw line, which is solid. And then 41% from beyond the arc over these last 5, 7.4 attempts, 3 made threes a game. He went 0 of 5 in that last game. So yeah, he had a little bit of a tough time as far as from beyond the arc. So I don't expect that, very often. I mean, over this 5-game stretch, he's averaging 41% from beyond the arc, and then he goes 0 for 5. So that could have been, probably was part of the reason why he didn't get this done, because like we said, one more bucket would have cashed it. So again, I know it's a high line. I know he's averaging just over it, but I can't ignore the 15 out of his last 17 games. That's what we're looking for. You try to find the best value you can, and then you lock it in. There's no guarantees for any of these. But we know that 15 of his last 17 plus the last head-to-head, he got it done. So let's see what Daily Grind thinks. So far, they've liked the plays we're picking out. Here we go again. All right. They love this. They've got it as the top play, 53.66%. We got another minus 144. So, geez, we got a lot of juice on all these plays. And yeah, this is getting bumped to 27.5. So I'm going to wrap this video up so you guys can lock this in at 26.5 if you want. They do like his 3-pointers over 2.5. They also like his rebounds and assists to go over. They like his points, rebounds to go over, and they like his rebounds alone to go over. They like his points, assists. So they're liking everything. So they're loving the full PRA altogether at 26.5. So that's going to wrap it up. Once again, Ace Bailey, 25.5 PRA. Jackson Shelstad, over 20.5 PRA. Stephen Ashworth, the super juiced play, 26.5 PRA. And then we're going to go Micah Parish, points or points rebounds if you prefer. But yeah, I'm doing 750. I got 750, so 1.5 units. I'm going to go flex, and then I'm going to lock in another one for 5 or 750 power play it too. But guys, it's been fun with the college stuff. I appreciate you guys have had a great response to it. I'm just going to keep doing it, and then when NBA comes back, we'll run both. But yeah, if you guys want to check out Outlier, you can try this app out for free. Just sign up through the link below. This is my favorite app by far, and it's even better for NBA. They give you even more information on the players. But yeah, sign up through the link below. They'll give you a week to try it out. You don't need to put a code in or anything. And if you want to check out the Daily Grind DFS Optimizer, I use this to vet my plays usually. And but you can also, it'll just put stuff on your radar that they think is super juiced. And there's some juice. Drake Allen, they like his points over 9.5. They have it at 54.66, minus 150. There's a lot of green right now. So if you guys want to take a look at those, you can see if you can lock any of those in if you'd like. Nate Biddle, over 19.5 PRA. They love that. And then Ian Martinez, 22.5 PRA. There's a lot of juice on the board. I think it's the right time of the day before the board keeps updating and a lot of these lines get bumped. So try this app out. You can get 25% off your first purchase. Use code BACKDOOR over at dgfantasy.com. They'll let you lock in the optimizer for all the way up to a year if you want to lock in that 25% off. So awesome, guys. Have a great Sunday. I'm going to be heading out to church here and get my day going. But I appreciate you so much. Thank you for supporting my channel. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like the video, drop me a comment. If you guys have questions, I'll do my best. I'm going to be at church here pretty soon. I'll do my best to try to do a little bit of research and get back to you if you have players you want me to take a look at. But in the afternoon, if you have some questions about the later games, I should be free once I'm all done over at church. So appreciate you guys. Have a good Sunday. I'll catch you in the next one.